Hardscape nerd John back here with you again. This is day 3 of this same project, and yeah, we're basically it's got a little cold overnight, so put the concrete blankets down. It was actually the one day that wasn't below freezing overnight, but there was, oddly enough, it's only, 20-30 minutes from Pittsburgh, and the temperature is about a 10-degree swing nearly every single day. I'm in the city, and whatever would be on my truck as far as the temperature, it was about 10 degrees every single morning. It was a lot colder. That's actually why we postponed this job, because it was supposed to happen late fall and really late fall going into winter, and I was afraid because we had appointments coming up. I had a surgery, so I had a hard stop to the year, and we're afraid of basically running into a cold winter that we ended up having. So sometimes you guess right. Right now, Tommy's up there working on the base with the compactor, and I don't know what I'm doing. Running around doing something, knocking dirt behind the wall probably. I should probably do these quicker so I remember what's going on. Yeah, right now I'm taking dirt, impervious fill, and moving it behind the wall to build up to match what is in the front of the wall. And the reason for that is any water that gets behind there, you want to weep out, hit the bottom, hit the soil, hit the impervious fill, and have it leach out of the front of the wall. That's the idea. You don't want water trapped in your base. And again, using our block clamp. See how we just set them over there just to get them closer. And in the past, we would have had to carry these all by hand. So that's about 1,000 pounds right there that we didn't have to handle physically twice. I can't speak enough about that clamp. Right now, we are laying, and we're off to the races. I think Tommy's going to beat me on this one. We're laying old school without screeding the nines. Without screeding the nines on the bedding course. And when I say nines, it's like a layer of limestone, number 8 limestone, number 9s. And we now screed everything, and this is the old way of basically adjusting the base to match and just beating it into place. And it was very, very difficult physically, and I remembered why we don't do that anymore. And right here, the homeowners wanted the limestone and around in the driveway on the sides of the travel pads there. So we had extra limestone, and instead of just dumping it on top like I assume most people would, I took an extra few minutes and leveled out the soil below so that way the aggregates would be consistent and pretty uniform straight across. It's just stuff like that. That's why we cost more than a lot of people. Then we also do a lot extra that we don't necessarily charge for, but it's just stuff that no one will see, no one will know. Assuming no one listens to this, no one will ever find out. Now I'm just grading that stuff. Tommy is working on the wall. It's definitely nice to have someone else who can lay block, and it's not the most complicated thing in the world, but you do have to be able to trust that person. It's a huge advantage, so I don't have to do everything. There was a time where I laid every single block. I touched every single block that went on the wall of any of my projects, and I do not recommend that. It was being a control freak, and it was really hard. It's another windy day, seeing it blowing the block clamp around. That's why if you see there's a dog leash on there, on a windy day like that, even with the block attached to the clamp, the the block will start swinging and swaying sideways. This way, with the dog leash, you can kind of, for one, it keeps it still. It's a retractable dog leash, and also you can help guide it into place. But it turns it into a one-man operation, so that way, like the Pave Tool videos, they always show 3 guys doing it, with one guy in the machine, one guy putting the clamp on the block, and then one guy setting them on the wall. And this essentially turns it into a one-man operation, because I've spent a lot of days working by myself in the past, and you just kind of learn how to do it by yourself. And that's where the idea with the dog leash came about, is just figured there's got to be a better way instead of just waiting for the wind to settle down or whatever. And tried it with a string line, and like a Mason's line, and that worked. So I was testing the concept and figured, let's spend $10 and get a dog leash, and it worked pretty well to where we use it anytime the clamp goes on, the dog leash goes on. Tommy's pinning them in place, and I'm just stacking them, getting them ready. In the past, we would have carried every one of those block. And each one of these pallets, is 24 to a pallet. They weigh over 2,000 pounds. So just think about how many pounds we're saving by using that thing. He's grinding to get level. If the block are rocking, we typically don't shim. That's a lot of people do that, and it's technically okay. In certain circumstances, you're actually supposed to shim a whole lot at a time. You're not supposed to just shim necessarily one block, but it is an acceptable method for stopping the block from rocking. So we just grind. It's the best practice, and then that way you get the block on block contact. And right now we're just cleaning up the driveway before we end up putting, because there's the two, I don't know what this is called in concrete terms, but basically the 2 concrete runways for the vehicle to drive on, and for some reason there's no concrete up towards the end, like right where the machine's at right now, towards the street. So we're just using the 2A base, using that as impervious fill, making sure everything's behind the wall, flows down the hill. There's no like big humps or anything like that where water's going to sit. You want that water, the pipe behind it needs to be draining. That's it, dumping the base. I don't know how much more we got. Not much. And just spreading that around, and I always order a little bit extra, and like if we go to most dump sites, and especially if you're dumping at a residence, most of the time the people don't mind having some extra stone around. They get really excited when you dump an extra couple ton of stone. That's it for this one. Catch you on the next.